You owe it to yourself. Not to them, not to the critics, not to the ones who cheered when you were small and unthreatening, then fell silent when you began to rise. At the end of your life, you will be the only one who knows the truth, whether you gave it everything or whether you let your potential slip away in the quiet moments when no one was watching. Right now, you might feel stuck in an endless loop. You work, but the needle barely moves. You watch others move faster almost effortlessly and wonder if you're even on the right path. The gap between what you put in and what you get back feels unbearable. And when you try to explain the grind, people shrug because they can't see the hours you've spent behind the scenes. Here's a truth most people don't want to hear. The journey will take longer than you think, hurt more than you expect, and demand more than you've ever given. There will be no applause for the years you are invisible. No recognition for the work you do in the dark. If you can't learn to keep going when no one cares, you won't last long enough to see the moment when everyone does. The people who reach their goals don't wait for motivation to show up. They don't wait to feel ready. They show up regardless, every single day. They understand that 1 hour of committed, focused work daily will beat sporadic bursts of energy every time. Consistency is a quiet, almost boring discipline, but it builds empires. Growth doesn't feel like growth. It feels like struggle. It feels like doubt. It happens in the messy middle when nothing is certain, and everything inside you screams to stop. The difference between winners and everyone else isn't talent. It's the ability to keep moving forward when the path is unclear and the reward feels far away. Imagine a stonecutter striking a boulder. The first blow does nothing. So does the second, and the 10th, and the 100th. But at some point, with one final strike, the rock splits clean in two. It wasn't that last hit that did it, it was every hit before it. That's how success works. It looks sudden from the outside, but it's built on countless unseen strikes. People see the moment you make it and call it luck. They didn't see the mornings when you woke up exhausted but got to work anyway. They didn't see the weekends sacrificed, the missed birthdays, the relentless repetition. They will never see all of it, and they don't need to, because this is not for them, it's for you. There's a simple equation for output. Output equals volume times leverage. Volume is how many times you put in the work. Leverage is how much impact you create each time. You can't master leverage without volume. The repetitions make you better, and being better multiplies your results. This is the cycle top performers live in. Work more, improve, repeat. Most people work until the clock says stop. Winners work until the job is done. That might mean finishing early. It might mean going far past what's normal. The goal is the finish line, not a time on the wall. Pain is not a sign that something's wrong. It's proof you're alive and moving forward. Stagnation hurts. Decline hurts. Growth hurts. Every path is painful. The question is, which pain are you willing to choose? Let pain become your compass, pointing you toward where the work really is. Most people waste their best energy on getting ready to work instead of working. They rehearse, overthink, and stall. By the time they start, their sharpness is gone. Shrink the gap between deciding and doing. The shorter the gap, the more momentum you create. There's a phase in every journey where you don't fit anywhere. Your old circle doesn't understand you anymore, and your new circle hasn't fully opened its doors. It's isolating. It's uncomfortable. This is where most quit, but it's also where transformation happens. Stay there long enough, and you'll outgrow the loneliness. People will try to pull you back to what's familiar to them. They'll call your ambition arrogance. They'll label your focus obsession. Understand, that resistance isn't about you. It's about them protecting their own comfort. Let them stay comfortable. You weren't born to stay there with them. The fight you're in today is preparing you for bigger battles ahead. Every setback teaches you something. Every rejection thickens your skin. These are tools you will carry forward, weapons for the future. Winners define themselves by what they create. Victims define themselves by what happened to them. Both face challenges, but only one uses those challenges as fuel. It's not about sprinting. It's about lasting. The slow, steady mover beats the erratic sprinter every time. Lower your pace if you must, but don't stop. Quitting guarantees you'll never arrive. If your only goal is to be number one, you've already set an expiry date on your success. The top is temporary. Instead, play the infinite game. Focus on staying in the game. The player who refuses to leave cannot be beaten. In the beginning, everything feels heavy. You'll face the gravity of self-doubt, outside criticism, and fear. To break free, you need an intense, concentrated push. Once you get past that point, momentum will work in your favor. Anxiety and excitement feel the same in your body. The difference is the story you attach to it. Champions call it excitement and then they act. If you're still paralyzed by nerves, it's because you haven't repeated the task enough. Do it until you're bored of it, then you'll be ready. For a long time, your only applause will be your own. That's not a problem. It's a sign you're ahead of the curve. Clap for yourself before anyone else does. A bamboo tree can be watered for years without any visible growth. Then, in weeks, it explodes upward. Your work right now might be invisible, but that doesn't mean it's wasted. Stay with it long enough, and your growth will be impossible to ignore. There is no perfect moment. You're not going to wake up one day magically ready. Waiting only robs you of time you could spend building. Decide now that you will empty the tank every day. Not for applause, not for external validation, but because your standard is to leave nothing behind. Your actions write your identity. Every day you keep your promises to yourself. You're building the evidence for the person you want to become. Stack enough of that evidence, and change becomes inevitable. One day, you'll realize the struggle was the gift. It wasn't the easy moments that made you. It was the ones that demanded more than you thought you had. You owe it to yourself to keep going, no matter the time it takes, no matter how lonely the road, no matter how many times you fall. Thank you. Good luck.